What if I told you that there are epic food stories that often go untold? Join your host, Seth, as he dives into the thrilling world of food challenges and competitive eating, interviewing those who not only take them on, but create them. Buckle up for the heart-pounding moments, behind-the-scenes experiences, and the passion fueling it all. This is Food Challenge News.
Welcome back to the Food Challenge News Podcast. I'm your host, Seth, and today I'm joined by Diana and Tara from Rendezvous Pizza. Diana and Tara, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So would you like to introduce yourselves and share your roles at Rendezvous Pizza?
Tara Blackwell. I am the managing partner for Rendezvous Pizza.
And I'm Diana McGowan. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for Rendezvous Pizza.
How did you both get involved with Rendezvous Pizza, and what initially drew you both to the brand?
So my Rendezvous background, I worked for the company. It was my first job in the restaurant industry in college at Bricktown Brewery, which is a part of our restaurant group, and waited tables and bartended all through college. And then when I graduated college, I got into wine sales, which I was terrible at. And so I jumped ship back to the restaurant side and joined the company. Then I've been overseeing an Italian concept. And then when we opened Rendezvous Pizza, it just made sense because I was overseeing an Italian concept that pizza just fit into my portfolio. So I've been with Rendezvous Pizza for the last 4 years. It's been great.
And for me, this is Diana. Been in and out of restaurants and hospitality since I was young. My family, restaurateurs, chefs. And I've kind of been in and out of multiple industries. Moved to Oklahoma City in March of 2020 and was in a different industry and joined one of our concepts, Pepperoni Grill, here in Oklahoma City. And was there and was advanced into management. And then ultimately this position that I'm currently in, which one of the concepts that I work with is Rendezvous Pizza. And part of the challenge of marketing has been, what can I bring? And my husband actually turned me on to the world of the food challenge on YouTube. And just, it was the videos are fun to watch and exciting. And I brought the idea to Tara and we've been working on it.
That's really neat. So it sounds like you both have been in the food business, food, wine industry for like a long time then, right?
For me, since I was 15, so 35, 36 years.
Yeah, since I was 18, so 21 years. Yeah.
Food challenges are becoming popular in restaurants ever since the age of the internet, television. So what about them excites you both, and why do you think they're worth exploring for Rendezvous Pizza?
They were first really fun for me when a long time ago when I first got married. My brother-in-laws would have me watch the Nathan's hot dog eating, and it was fascinating even then. And then I remember one of my brother-in-laws took a cross-country trip with us, and we stopped at a Crystal Burger, and he tried to do the steamer pack. And it's always just been fascinating to watch people try to take on challenges, and the man versus food, and all of that was just exciting. And we thought with the Rendezvous concept, we had something unique to bring.
Yeah, we rebranded Rendezvous last year. When we first opened Rendezvous, we only had New York and Detroit. And then we started featuring tavern style Chicago thin crust. No one was doing it in this region. And, we had a great response to it and it did really well. And so our plan was to switch that feature to California style and just rotate in and out. And, the response was so great for the tavern style that we needed to keep it. And so we added that fourth style. And then we just decided to rebrand as, the 4 regional styles. No one in this area was doing it. And so that's kind of become who we are. And when Diana brought this to me, it just made sense because pizza, is all about community. Like, it can definitely be something enjoyed on your own or next day, cold out of the fridge, but it's very much centered in community. And that's what we love about these challenges, is that you could be doing a challenge by yourself, but like the community is what makes it so special.
Pizza and also food challenges, they're both just limitless. There's so many varieties. There's so many ways to, enjoy them or just even get involved, watch food challenges. So you're not owners of Rendezvous Pizza, but you work close with the restaurant owners. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a little piece of the pie per se in ownership. Yeah, it's a small one, but it's one that I don't take for granted.
What steps are involved in preparing the upcoming food challenge, and how are you making sure it's ready for guests, like once it officially goes live?
Yeah, that's definitely where we're at with this, what we're launching with this quote unquote pioneer. It's basically a beta testing. We want to make sure that it's doable, attainable, tough, but also safe. We want to make sure we outline the prizes. We want to outline the rules. So we've taken some, measurements, pictures. We're slowly rolling it out, making sure, we're adding categories. We want to make sure that the people that we choose to do the beta testing on Pi Day, March 14th, take it seriously and give us good feedback so that we know what we may have to adjust.
So it's actually less than a month before it goes live.
Yes.
And that's what's really fun about it is like when Diana came up with this, I got really excited because I was like, every part of this process can be shared. It's the beta testing is just as important as the actual challenge because they're doing it. And so we want to make sure that with the prizes that they're involved in that fully and, kind of reap the rewards because they are helping us greatly in structuring this the right way.
Well, and it's cool that you both are taking it very seriously. You both sound passionate about it, and it can be one of the first steps of even thinking about marketing a food challenge, or if you own a restaurant, like doing the food challenge, creating it, coming up with it. Like the first step is passion for it. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Tara was like the driving force of let's do this the right way. So, because I'm all about the passion and let's go.
That's so cool because it's so different because every part of this can be shared, it's so fun. So we were really like reaching for the stars as we were brainstorming it. We're like kind of had to throttle ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. And it's been fun talking to people about it, friends and family, and, as seeing the excitement build. It's been building quickly.
And that is just awesome to hear. What do you hope guests will experience or take away from the challenge when it launches?
We hope that they'll take away the fun, the challenge, this like Tara said, the community, the sharing. Hopefully, it'll help us drive repeat business and just the overall experience of Rendezvous. Rendezvous is a really fun location in our brick town of Oklahoma City. It's a great spot to come for people who live down here or anywhere in the Oklahoma City metro. And we just hope to get the word out and give people, a really good, fun reason to come and see us, share it, and just be a part of it.
Yeah, and we take pizza very serious too. Like having all 4 regional styles in one place, you're really taking a road trip when you're enjoying all 4. So it's definitely an experience.
And that's really what's fun for me too, because I've lived in the regions. And so, it kind of gives me a little bit of a, trip down memory lane. I'm, originally from the East Coast, from New Jersey, and then lived in California forever when I was in the military station in Chicago. So it really like kind of brings it all together for me. And I'm just such a foodie and pizza's my number one. So very passionate about it.
How long has Rendezvous Pizza actually been established?
So we opened in 2021. We had wanted to open earlier, but COVID had kind of dampened that. So they spent a lot of time learning about pizza, studying under some chefs in New York and really like crafting the recipes for the Detroit and the New York. And like Diana said, we're in Bricktown in downtown Oklahoma City, which is developing so much over the last decade. I mean, even longer than a decade. But, with Thunder coming here, Bricktown is definitely lively.
So, bringing it back to the challenge experience, how are you designing the challenge to make it fun, safe, and memorable for the guests?
Well, we've decided to continue with the concept of four styles. We have four categories, and so we're going to do an amateur, we're going to do a solo, a team, and then an elite for those truly competitive eaters. I've been hearing from some of the more competitive people who do these challenges that, well, I've done this. How much is yours? So we want to make it attainable for those to just want to have some fun and try it, but also a real challenge for those that are in this community.
Yeah, and we're weighing out every pizza to make sure that our weights hit the right range for each level of eater.
And really doing a lot of research on time limits and rules and making sure that we get all of those policies and things in place. The fun prizes, of course, but also, like you said, the safety part of it.
Yeah, you actually just answered my next question. That was going to be, have you discussed any of the prizes yet, or is that still something in the works, like for each category, like each tier?
So we definitely are still working on it. We know there'll be a T-shirt. We're working on possibly like a plastic stadium mug, and then some additional prizes.
Pretty sure we're gonna need a wall of fame. A framed photograph, maybe a plaque. Because if you can pass the challenge, you definitely deserve to
Some recognition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that seems to be the trend in these challenges. And as we research, it's a T-shirt, it's a wall, it's some prizes, things like that. We are open for suggestions and recommendations for sure.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I actually, in the last episode, I spoke with Carrie from Grumpy's Diner, and they're an American themed diner based in the UK. And she was telling me that they actually, instead of a wall of fame, they have like a ceiling of fame. You get to sign the ceiling, and I had never heard of that. I just thought that was super neat.
We're in a historic building that's was built in 1906, so the ceilings are pretty high. We'd have to get them up on a pretty tall ladder.
So, what role do you see the challenge playing in the overall Rendezvous experience, and what are your main goals for it once it launches?
A staple of something that, when I bring this up to people that are, from Oklahoma, they always reference the next biggest challenge that they know, which is in Amarillo with the big steak. And, we want to be that name brand recognition of, oh, who's your pizza challenge? Oh, Rendezvous nationally. We want some of the big eaters here to visit us.
And since you brought that up, I was just curious on something. And if you haven't had this nailed down yet, that's totally fine. But some challengers, especially if they live far away or even outside of the country, they're planning a trip to the U.S. and they happen to be coming through Oklahoma City. What would be like the filming policy? Because I know some challengers, they'll call a restaurant and maybe they'll get a few different answers and they're not sure. Before they make the trip, like what would be like if someone wants to come in and film, like for a YouTube channel or a live stream, should they like call ahead?
Well, we want them to call ahead, and I can leave you my number.
We'll have a landing page on our website that you can basically reserve your eating challenge experience. And so it'll be a bit of a red carpet rollout for anyone who wants to do the challenge.
We bring cameras, bring people to watch, bring the fanfare. And, there's being downtown, there's hotels that we partner with. And, we say, come one, come all.
And so before we wrap it up, I just got a few more questions here. The future of food challenges at Rendezvous. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about it. There's a new permanent pizza challenge in development. You said March 14th. How are you planning on testing it? Because like in the social media posts, I've seen looking for a pioneer. So could you explain a little bit about that?
Yes, so March 14th is whoever we choose to be the pioneer beta tester. That's going to be the day that they sit down and do the challenge, and that'll be the rollout. We announced it on National Pie Day that we were doing this challenge, and we've slowly been announcing bits and pieces of it to pique interest and see who would be up for the challenge. So we're currently on the quote unquote, casting search for this person who wants to try, or team of people that want to try this challenge on March 14th here in Oklahoma City.
So what would be the best way for someone to get in contact with y'all?
So most of the contact that I've been receiving has been through direct message on Instagram and Facebook. But also they can call the store
Yeah.
and ask for me. What do you think, Tara?
They might actually go ahead and put the landing page on the website to have inquiries.
That's a great
That'd be
question.
good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
So, what advice would you give to other restaurant owners considering food challenges as part of their marketing? The challenge isn't live yet, but do you have any advice early on for other restaurants thinking about jumping into it?
I think just have fun with it. We've just had a lot of fun.
Find a good partner
Yeah.
to bounce ideas off of and go, oh no, oh yeah, it's been take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Tara's taking it very seriously. When I first approached her, I had a list of other things, ideas, and this was the fourth one. And I said, okay, now let's talk about the big one. And it was a little bit daunting for me to try to explain it, and she took it very seriously. So you just have to find someone who is willing to take a risk and be thoughtful and thorough and have fun.
Yeah, it's really important to always have a good team. At Food Challenge News, we have a great team, and it can just make a world of difference, I always say. So before we wrap it up, is there any closing statements or anything you'd like anybody listening to hear?
Please, if you're interested in trying it out, reach out to us. If you know someone, have them reach out to us. We're excited about this. And anywhere else, Tara?
Yeah, we hope you come see us, and thank you for all that you do for the Food Challenge community. I think it's a really cool.
Yeah, it was so cool when I saw that you shared our post, and then I reached out to you, and really appreciate the opportunity to get the word out.
Diana, Tara, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks, Seth.
And thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you in the next episode.